I'll be right back. For now, finish up the mock exam. What? You're going again? You aren't going to. Not at all. I'm just going to make a request, buy some milk, and then come back. Really? I'll handle the situation with the chosen subjects on the mock exam right now. Here. Now you can choose with no issues. I'll be back before the free pass ends. I had more things to ask mentor, but he just went ahead and left. You have completed the lecture. This is how you use p.t.u.mu, and completely obtained PTUM spear technique, A. I completely obtained TUM. No way. What is this? The power of TUM just naturally flows with the attack. Will you enroll in the epilogue lecture? Lecturer, Hegemon King Xiang Yu, enroll in epilogue lecture. So, the day you completed the lecture finally came. I thought you would never finish. Those of you who completed the lecture have probably changed drastically from when you first started. You can probably now use TUM's power naturally and without effort. But there shouldn't be any cadets who grew haughty because of that, right? I hope there aren't. TUM is just the most basic of basics on your path to transcendence. All it proves is that you earned the right to start your transcendence journey. Still, there will definitely be a few cadets that will let this get to their heads. There always are a few of them. And so, I will just spell it out for you. All you did was change from being normal trash to recyclable trash. There is no change in the fact that you guys are still trash. Still, this is something to be congratulated about. Now you need to officially learn a spear technique that fits you, and by honing that skill, step on your path to transcendence. That path will be very harsh. You will want to give up all the time, and you will doubt whether this path is the correct one for you every moment. But beware. There is no correct answer to transcendence. No, not only to transcendence. There are no correct answers to anything in this existence. Therefore, if you think you chose the right path, be resolute about your direction. The speed at which you accomplish it does not matter. Xiang Yu's TUM lecture adjourned. Ah. Mr. Xiajun. Nice timing. It's about the mock examination hosted by Hunter Mills that I spoke about last time. For the next week, starting today, they will be accepting applications. You will be applying, right? Oh. How is she always so on point? I was just about to ask her about it. Good timing. Yes, please go ahead with it. On point. I knew you would do it. I'll send the application right away. Although the scores to the Transcended exam mock exams were pathetic, that was the mock exam for the Transcended exams. The Hunter exams should be different. I have the TUM that I obtained by completing Xiang Yu's lecture. Not to mention the fact that I can wield the Lance of Longinus. I wonder what level I'm at. I sent in the completed application. As long as nothing big occurs, the exam should take place 10 days from now. I wonder, if I spar with Miss Xiaoyun now, what would happen? What are you doing? Never mind. I don't have to progress any lectures at the moment, so there's no reason to. It's nothing. More importantly, is the recruitment of new cadets going well? Actually, I'm full of worries because of that recently. If I gather new cadets, I don't know how my grandfather will act. Somehow, Mr. Xiajun was able to survive. Yeah. If new people come, the Sword Saint will definitely drop by to beat them up. Who are you? What's your hidden objective in approaching my Xiaoyun? Should I try a proper spar with the Sword Saint when he does come? Although I say that, I can somehow manage my grandfather, but my biggest worry is considering which lecturer to invite. A lecturer? Weren't you going to be teaching them yourself? I will be teaching a lot of topics, but I can't cover everything. Every cadet has their unique style, so how could I teach all of them in my methods? I naively thought that once you taught them it was finished. She did say that she used to dream of being a teacher. Therefore, I need lecturers to match each subject. Obviously, not good to invite just anyone, but inviting popular lecturers also costs too much. Do you happen to know the salaries of popular lecturers? Well, the amount they earn varies greatly depending on each lecturer. But for popular lecturers, they earn at the very least $100,000 a month, and it costs millions to call for those considered the very top. Millions. There was a reason that pro hunters would retire to set up academies or become lecturers. My gosh. If someone saw, they would assume that 100 would be the perfect score. Chiron lecture progress rate 94.9%, Siddhartha Gautama lecture progress rate 15.5%, Xiang Yu lecture progress rate 100%, Merlin lecture progress rate 19.9%. Well, at least I ended up completing Xiang Yu's lecture. It is a bit unfortunate about Chiron's lecture, but I still have some time left on the free pass. I think it'll be alright. I'm back. You're here. Huh. This time you aren't surprised? Your response is so mellow compared to last time. I just got this feeling. You said you would be back before the free pass ends. I already completed a lecture, so you had to be back soon enough. That was what I thought. You completed a lecture. Wow. I'm so shocked that I don't have anything to say. So, what happened to the thing you were trying to find out? Gasp. Oh. Right. Look at me getting distracted. I think that a big problem has occurred. Kaya. A big problem? I tried. Before I went to the principal to report Mr. Kim Seojun not having an ID, I tried checking your information, right? But, was there some sort of complex error? It wasn't there. Huh. What? In our Transcension Academy, there is no information on Mr. Kim Seojun. Huh. There is no info on me. What do you mean? Just like I said, there is no Cadet Kim Seojun registered with our Transcension Academy. So what you're saying is, I'm not a member of the Transcension Academy? Wait. Wait, then how was I able to attend lectures all this time? How in the world? The Transcension Academy uses a thorough membership screening process, so unless you are a member, you will not be able to attend lectures. And I would not have been contacted as your mentor at all, either. But, how did Mr. Kim Seojun? Did the principal not say anything? You said you reported to the principal in person. Right, I did give my report. But even the principal didn't know how this could happen. Although I don't know who the Transcension Academy principal is, it isn't difficult to tell that the principal is an incredible existence. And if an existence like the principal doesn't know, that would mean nobody knows. Isn't it possible that it's a system error? No. There is no such thing as a system error at Transcension Academy. Unless causality itself changes, that won't happen. But the thing is, causality can never change. The principal did state that there were traces of someone having interfered, but we're still not sure who it was and how they did it. Then what happens to me? Am I going to be expelled? Ha ha ha, no, no. I think there must have been a misunderstanding. This is an issue that occurred on our end. This was not a problem caused by you, Mr. Kim Seojun. Ironically, this actually has very little to do with you. Ha ha ha, so, what I meant by a big problem was that it was a big problem on our end. Also, we would never expel you. As I mentioned previously, once a member, always a member. Phew, I'm relieved. I used to think that my lack of an ID was simply a system error, but now that they emphasize that it would be impossible, and there are signs of interference. In other words, someone committed this act with intent and purpose. But who? And why me? I'm just a pro hunter hopeful with nothing special about me, just living my everyday life by somehow scraping by. So, you're saying that there aren't any issues for me, right? Yes. Mr. Kim Seojun just needs to continue what you were doing. Sorry. And before we find the root of the issue, it will be difficult for us to create an ID for you. I'm very sorry. Well, that isn't too different from what I've been going through, so it's fine. Now, let's go back to the main subject. Time remaining on free pass, 2 days. It seems like the free pass will end soon. I would like to consult with you on what I should do going forward. Of course. That's my job. First, to briefly speak about the curriculum we've established at our Transcension Academy. The curriculum is largely separated into 4 levels: entry, lower, middle, and upper. Seojun's current level. Did I graduate this time yet? Does that mean that if I finish the highest upper level of the curriculum, I become transcended? Nope. There is no way that's true. There are still a ton of steps after upper level. The reason we stop at upper level is that, after that point, our advice no longer becomes relevant. People that finish the upper level are all at the stage where they have to find their own path. From what I heard from the new students, going from upper level to transcension is many times more difficult than going from entry level to upper level. You could say that you only reach the true starting line once you pass the upper level. So the path is truly long and far ahead. Anyway, Mr. Kim Seojun has to go to the lower level. Will you be keeping the spear as your main weapon? I suggest that, after your free pass ends, you should purchase a new free pass. And after you've purchased your free pass, you now have to attend individual-based lectures. Would you like to register for this lecture? When you complete this lecture, you will obtain God's strength. The first step towards transcendence begins with footwork. Would you like to register for this lecture? When you complete this lecture, you will obtain Heaven Ascending Ladder, Void Path. I think taking these 2 lectures will be the best for you. Now, let's go. Am I not going to learn mana cultivation or spear arts? Those are middle-level lessons. Of course, you're free to try them out anyway. My personal recommendation is that you learn them during your middle levels. You need to get your foundations solid during entry and lower levels so that you can transcend later on. If he is going so far as to point this out, there must be a good reason for doing so. I understand. Calculating causality to estimate the user's member registration fee. Registration fee, $2 million. Ugh. If I also consider the price of the free pass, I think I need a lot more money. How many zeros is that? 1, 2. Yes. That is why you need to work extremely hard to gather causality. Mr. Mentor. What exactly is causality? Our Transcendence Academy is the cause. The cadets are looking for a basis to register. In simpler terms, it can be called a justification. Justification? Then, what does the Transcendence Academy gain from that justification? Nothing. Our Transcendence Academy only acts to help its cadets become transcendents. Why is that? Currently, this is the best I can help you with at your current basis. And so, this is the most I can tell you at your current basis, Mr. Kim Seojun. Until then, I'll work my hardest to support you. I'll help you properly this time. May I ask one more thing? Ask away. If it's something I can answer, of course. Other than me, are there other cadets? Of course there are. You can tell just by looking at the community board. But I'm guessing that Mr. Seojun is asking if there is anyone else in the same dimension as you, right? This is a bit iffy, but I think I can tell you this much. Of the innumerable dimensions that use our Transcendence Academy, the dimension with the most number of our cadets has 4 of them. Korea's top 3 Hunter Academies, Hunter Mills, Ale, Jaein. Each academy had different specializations that they taught, people commonly say this. If you want to learn magic, go to Ale. If you want to learn to use weaponry, go to Jayan. If you have no idea, go to Hunter Mills. Not having a particular specialty could also be seen as not having a particular weakness. Being considered competitive with the specialized Ale and Jayan as Korea's top academies is already a testament to what kind of place Hunter Mills is. And today is the day that Hunter Mills is holding its mock Pro Hunter exam. This way, Mr. Seojun. In a bit, it will be even more crowded. It's best that we go quickly. Academy staff members related to the participants and scouters, please use this hallway. The atmosphere is different from that of the tournament. I'm the Dream Hunter Academy's Park Seoyun. This is the participating cadet, Kim Seojun. Well, I guess that's obvious, the 4th League Academy tournament and this mock exam are in completely different dimensions. The winner that gets first in this exam wins $1 million in scholarships. The price of a new free pass is $500,000. The $300,000 I earned through consistent dungeon raiding was clearly not enough. I was prepared to go broke, but my knees can't help but collapse. If I want to gain a lump sum of that amount, I have no choice but to aim for first place in this mock exam. Yes, I have confirmed everything. You may head in. Ha! Please do not push. We're coming through, too. Please line up in an orderly fashion. It really is busy, to the point that the tournament is incomparable. Wow, well, it is the Hunter Mills mock exam. It was a good thing we came early, right? Then, I'll be off first. Don't forget to maintain your good condition and work hard on the exam. Yes. Thank you, Miss Seoyun. You can do it. I trust you. What are you doing? Can't you see the line I'm in? Why are you just cutting in line so blatantly? Is there a fight? Hey, look over here. I'm talking to you. So. What do you want me to do? Kim Gangchul, Hunter Mills Academy. What? Stop right there, you. Sorry, that person will be passing through first. What? How is that if over there? Him. Isn't he Kim Gangchul? Where? Where? Oh. You're right. It really is Kim Gangchul. What? Hunter Mills? I was wondering who Hunter Mills would send. So Kim Gangchul is participating. Of course. Someone on his level should be participating. Ale sent out Lee Doan, and Jayan sent out Jin Dongmin. They said that the Hunter Mills mock exam this time would be historic, but I guess it really will be something worth watching. Gangchul is someone in the top 3 within Hunter Mills. He must be a hopeful from Hunter Mills. What, he was a cadet from Hunter Mills. Bleh. So, who do you think will win? I think Kim Gangchul will. Lee Doan and Jin Dongmin are both also very impressive. However, in terms of skill, Kim Gangchul edges them out by a bit. From what I've heard, even the Order of Truth is sponsoring him. And it is the Hunter Mills mock exam this time, after all. Since it's the same academy, wouldn't they let him in on some things ahead of time? No. Why not? Even if he is their cadet, why would that famous Hunter Mills cheat so meaninglessly? Why not? Why am I not allowed? But who was speaking all this time with that voice? I'm telling you to send me in, too. Why does he have so many weapons? Sword, spear, bow. He carries every single type of weapon. No way, does he use all of them? I'm also a participant. Here, look. Here is the participation application. So, send me in. Please go back and wait in line for your turn. That person just went by without waiting. Why am I not allowed? Over there. That person was a cadet of Hunter Mills Academy. Hunter Mills Academy cadet? What about it? Who cares? Hey you. Can't you see that all of us are waiting in line? Stop wasting our time and go to the back, please. Do you think everyone else is waiting in line because they have free time? Huh? What kind of rule is this? It's unfair. Wow, respect for the employees. Stop just standing there and follow me in. I guess all sorts of cadets from every corner of the country really are gathering here, huh? I'm going to join this, too. My name is Park Dosuk. Huff. Nuff. To introduce myself briefly, I am a cadet at a League 2 Hunter Academy. To put it more objectively, I have ability at the level of joining the top 3 academies of Hunter Mills, Ale, and Jayan, I guess. But why am I attending a League 2 Hunter Academy? It's all because of money. Money. Top 3 academies easily surpass hundreds of thousands of dollars, so I had no choice but to go to a League 2 academy that offered a scholarship. People often consoled me saying it's better being the head of a snake than the tail of a dragon, but I didn't agree with that. Think of it positively. If you are the tail of a dragon, you can at least compete with other dragons. But if you're the head of a snake, you can only compete with other snakes. Humph. Also, I decided to participate in this mock exam to play in the big leagues. I'm quite satisfied with my own decision. Especially because of you. The Hunter Mills mock exam is made up of the 5 subjects that are part of the Pro Hunter exam, excluding the written portion: basic endurance, mana proficiency, combat proficiency, monster, dungeon raid, combat proficiency, personnel, and basic endurance. The first subject, endurance. You need to run 3 kilometers in under 5 minutes and continue to repeat that run. It's quite a simple and clear subject. If you succeed in running 3 kilometers within 5 minutes, you can run another 3 kilometers again. But if you do not succeed in doing so, your evaluation ends there. Succeed, and run again. Fail, and the evaluation ends. In other words, how many times you ran is the most important part of this endurance evaluation. At first, I thought he looked dopey. At this point, we've both run over 15 repetitions, and no one but us remains. I have no choice but to acknowledge this man running alongside me. Huff. A little bit more, a little bit further. Let's just beat that guy. I just need to win against that guy. This is it. This heavy and difficult breathing, which contrasts with the feeling of satisfaction that fills my body. Beep, 5 minutes, 12 seconds, evaluation over. He who has overcome his own limits by competing. He's here. You won. Comrade. Still, I was able to receive a good score due to, oh. This is weirdly easy. Was I the only sincere one? Fitness 100 kilograms. No way this is real. Look at the bar bend. Is that, actually a human being? This is a lot easier than I thought. Even if I claim that I trained my endurance because of my daily tasks, it wasn't to this point, it was similar when I was running before. Maybe, after completing Xiang Yu's lectures, I'm able to instinctively use Tum. Tum is already at this level, so how crazy will it be if I complete Heracles' lecture? So cool. With this one exercise, anyone can rep 3 sets of 500 tons. Lecturer, Heracles, when you complete this lecture, you will obtain God strength. I need money. Good work. We will take a quick break before proceeding to the next subject. Cadet, Kim Gangchul, good work. We will take a quick break before proceeding to the next subject. Wow, as expected. Kim Gangchul. Kim Gangchul, Lee Doan, Jin Dongmin. These three people's participation in the mock exam was basically a performance to show the fame and superiority of Korea's top 3 academies. To be exact, it is even closer to being a fight for honor between the 3 academies. However, Mr. Kim Gangchul, please participate in this mock exam and watch over the behavior of the man named Kim Seojun. Mr. Kim Gangchul does not have to do anything. So far, the Order of Truth did not make any significant requests of me while they were sponsoring me. If I told them what I needed, they just supported me without a word. But what is with this sudden request, and who is Kim Seojun? About a month ago, I think I heard his name linked with the dungeon distortion incident. And when I coincidentally met him in the hall, he looked like a normal, useless guy. What? Is that real? Did the results get posted? Basic Endurance 1 Kim Seojun 100 Standardized Score, 2 Lee Minyeol 91 Standardized Score, 3 Kim Gangchul 89 Standardized Score, 4 Jin Dongmin 88 Standardized Score, 5 Lee Doan 82 Standardized Score. What is this? There's a whole 11-point gap. And I'm not even second place, but third. Lee Minyeol. Who is that? If he's skilled enough to beat me, there's no way that I haven't heard his name before. But it's my first time hearing this name. Where did he come from? Let's calm down for a bit. There tends to be a couple of cadets that excel only at specific subjects. On the next subject, it won't be like this. 2. Combat Proficiency, Monster, 1 Kim Seojun 100 Standardized Score, 2 Lee Minyeol 97 Standardized Score, 3 Kim Gangchul 94 Standardized Score, 4 Lee Doan 93 Standardized Score, 5 Jin Dongmin 92 Standardized Score. Mr. Kim Gangchul does not have to do anything. You only have to watch what sort of actions Kim Seojun takes. I don't need to do anything. The third subject is Mana Proficiency. We will use the method of calculating your impact power when you strike the barrier generator in order to complete this evaluation. So for all the cadets, please use as much of your mana as you can to try and shatter this barrier. I'm not too confident in mana. I mean, I do understand the basics of mana due to Merlin's lectures, but I don't know how to properly control that mana. Will this be fine? Next, participant Lee Doan. Lee Doan, Ale Academy. I'm a total fan. Once you are ready, please begin. Lee Doan 100 Standardized Score, Kim Gangchul 92, Jin Dongmin 91 Standardized Score. To think she can even change the form of her mana. As expected, no one can compete with Ale when it comes to mana proficiency. I think this is more because of Lee Doan than because of Ale Academy. So that is magic. Good work. You have 2 more attempts if you want to retry. No, I'm alright. Next, participant Kim Seojun. Smirk. Is she saying my best won't matter? Once you are ready, please begin. I'm not confident, but I should at least try my hardest. I don't need to use the power of Tum, so I just have to draw out all of the mana using what I learned from Merlin. I will pierce it. Ha. What the? Kim Seojun 100 Standardized Score, Lee Doan 85 Standardized Score. What the? Why is this? No way. Ah. Afterwards, because the mana barrier generator was destroyed, there was no choice but to pause the test. Ah, yes. So, when will you arrive? How was this destroyed? As no one had expected for it to be destroyed, they had not prepared a spare. And after all of the twists and turns, the final results. Mana Proficiency 1 Kim Seojun 100 Standardized Score, 2 Lee Minyo 90 Standardized Score, 3 Lee Doan 85 Standardized Score, 4 Kim Gangchul 83 Standardized Score, 5 Jin Dongmin 82 Standardized Score. Right now, what the hell is going on? Mana Proficiency. No way, the top 3 academies are being pushed back. Is this for real? Who the hell is Kim Seojun? If it's the Seojun I've been witnessing so far, these are results that are within expectations. Wait, is that Cadet Kim Seojun the same cadet that solved the dungeon distortion incident a month ago? Dungeon distortion. You're right. That cadet who hunted the 6-star Nercula alone. No wonder. That cadet is associated with that academy, Dream Hunter Academy, right? But that was only on the level of, if it's Seojun, he can make first place. At his level, there is no meaning to attending the mock exam. I didn't think that he would be so overwhelmingly ahead of everyone else. Because of him, no one will have an idea in what direction the Pro Hunter exam will go this time. The levels of the cadets this time are quite formidable. I think they will have to adjust the difficulty for this year's Pro Hunter exam. I will schedule a meeting with the association president soon. My gosh, to think Kim Gangchul would be this far behind, and at a Hunter Mills mock exam to boot. If they knew it would end up like this, they should have sent out Lee Hae-eun instead of Kim Gangchul. No way, you think Hunter Mills would send out Lee Hae-eun? From what I saw, they are completely focused on raising her as an ultimate weapon of sorts. Then, does Hunter Mills have a cadet that can go toe-to-toe with Kim Seojun? Well, even if Lee Hae-eun were to come out, there are no guarantees she could win. Mana Proficiency 1 Kim Seojun 100 Standardized Score, 2 Lee Minyo 90 Standardized Score, 3 Lee Doan 85 Standardized Score, 4 Kim Gangchul 83 Standardized Score, 5 Jin Dongmin 82 Standardized Score. Wow, now that I look at it like that, Kim Seojun is absolutely monstrous. Mana Proficiency 1 Kim Seojun 100 Standardized Score. Why did it become like this? The Holy Lance rumored to have pierced Jesus as he was crucified. Just the legend is enough to see that this item would have an extraordinary ability. The problem is that I don't know what that ability is exactly. The only thing I know is the legend that was passed on. Other than that, there is no other explanation. Lance of Longinus. I mean, do you get cursed if you explain? Like this, I can't tell if the Lance of Longinus had an ability that let it ignore the mana barrier, or if I was able to pierce it purely from a simple difference in mana. I can't tell at all. If growing mature means that I am growing accustomed to this world, for my own convenience. Should I buy another weapon and compare the difference as a test? I will not grow mature at all. Rather, who is it? Who is this free spirit that was singing before? Only through love and trust will the shut. Ah, those weapons on his back. To love is to open the door. So noisy. I thought his face looked familiar, but he's that weird guy that was arguing with the staff members in the hallway. To the end with your friends until the moment we shine. Huh. Nice to meet you. You are Kim Seojun, right? Do you know me? I do. How could I not know the superstar of this year's mock exam? Ho. I'm Lee Minyo. Lee Minyo. Ah. The current second place. Correct answer. That's right. Hi, hearing that I'm in second from you, who is in first, is quite uncanny. What is this person? No, you don't have to be wary. I just came over because I was curious about what type of person you were. Ah. Is it because I was being informal? If so, sorry. You looked about my age, so without realizing. Really, what is this person? Still, it's not like he came over because of some petty grudge or to pick a fight. And it seems like his personality is just naturally weird. The dungeon raid will start soon. Everyone, please finish up your preparations. Is this dungeon really made with augmented reality? The Hunter Mills Mock Exam's fourth subject, Dungeon Raid. The main point of evaluation is how quickly one finishes the dungeon raid. I think anyone would believe that this is just reality. The monster you have to hunt. Nercuras. It just so happens to be Nercuras. Even if you can lower the difficulty by 1 or 2 stars because this is augmented reality, is this a crazy level of difficulty? I'm different from back then. Of course, there is quite the difference from the real Nercura. But even if I take that into consideration, I can feel that I'm at a completely different level from back then. Just 3 months ago I was absolutely nothing. I was a normal person that was busy living day to day. To be more exact, barely holding on day to day. However, after becoming a cadet of the Transcension Academy and meeting with Miss Seo Yoon, my life began to change. It's not that I want to be prideful. But, maybe, even slightly, although the journey to become a transcendent is long and arduous. Becoming the world's greatest hunter might not be too far into the future. Everyone is staring really hard. Dungeon Raid first place Kim Sia-jun, standardized score, 100, combined standardized score first place. TSK. Huh. Where did this trivial guy pop up from? Dungeon Raid 5th place Jin Dongmin, standardized score, 93, combined standardized score 4th place. Dungeon Raid 4th place Lee Doan, standardized score, 94, combined standardized score 5th place. Damn, they're bloodthirsty. Well, unless I'm disqualified or I forfeit, I'm guaranteed first place. Who would want to compete when the winner is already decided? I did expect this, I guess. If they cause a ruckus, I'm the only one that loses out. Let's just ignore them. Rather, this sort of response is more unusual. So close. I could have won it this time. So close. Dungeon Raid 2nd place Lee Minyeol, standardized score, 98, combined standardized score 2nd place. When I first saw Kim Gangchul, he looked like he had quite the high pride, but he's unusually quiet. I thought I was quite fast myself, but how were you able to hunt them so quickly? It's quite impressive. Dungeon Raid 3rd place Kim Gangchul, standardized score, 95, combined standardized score 3rd place. Thank you. But you were quite impressive as well. You should speak informally as well. If only I do it, it'll be unfair. Well, if you say so. It's great that you're quite chill. But I was wondering about this before, all those weapons on your back, do you use all of them? These? Yeah. I haven't learned properly from anyone, and I just used whatever there was, so I ended up not having a specialty. You haven't learned from anyone? Then that means, you're a self-taught cadet. If self-taught cadet means I trained all on my own, then yes. However, occasionally, every once in a very long while, there are self-taught cadets that are born with special talent. I understand that even after training by himself, he has the talent to beat all of the hopeful cadets from the top 3 academies. Why? At your level, any hunter academy would want to pick you up. I don't like being entangled in any one place. And truthfully, I do have a master. I do have a master, but he doesn't know I'm his disciple. What does that mean? I apologize, but an unexpected problem has occurred. What is this? An unexpected problem? The people assigned to be the exam evaluators were unable to make it due to unforeseen circumstances. What does that mean? That the Hunter Mills lecturers that were assigned to evaluate for the personnel combat proficiency subject discovered a sudden dungeon break on their way here. Unfortunately, because the dungeon break occurred at a 10-star dungeon, the lecturers had no choice but to personally get involved. Then, what will happen to the mock exam? We are currently in the middle of an emergency meeting. I'm sorry, but please give us time until we come to a decision. You will need to wait a bit longer. Are we just on indefinite standby? Based on the circumstances, I'm almost certain this situation was caused by the Order of Truth. I don't know how they made the 10-star dungeon break, but if it's the Order of Truth, they definitely have the ability to do it. The problem is that the mock exam is in danger of being adjourned prematurely. If that does happen, Kim Seojun will end up becoming the winner without a struggle. I doubt that this is the end that the Order of Truth wants, even with all the effort they said to only watch. What do you think about changing the testing method? The testing method? Isn't the remaining subject personnel combat proficiency? We can keep the main essence of that intact by having all of the cadets battle using a tournament method. Not bad. What you said makes sense, but realistically, that would be a bit difficult. There are too many people participating in the Hunter Mills mock exam to proceed with a tournament. It would take too much time and we do not have much time left. More importantly, if we do proceed with that method, there will be issues on how to give scores to each person, which affects the results of the mock exam as a whole. It would probably be preferable to invite and wait for other examiners. To be proper examiners, don't they have to be at least A-rank hunters? Would you be able to find such people immediately? Not to mention, we can't just be standing here waiting around. He's right, you know. Still, proceeding with a tournament is, then, what about making it into an event format? Not every cadet has to participate. We can have a method where only the cadets that wish to participate can request to do so. An event format? Currently, this mock exam is being live-streamed nationally. And in the audience waiting for us out there, there are members of the Hunter Association and the government. If we end the mock exam early due to some accident, wouldn't it reflect poorly on everyone? If we let it end like this, the honor of a top 3 academy, Hunter Mills, will be tarnished. Because of the successive test results that already came out, there have been a lot of words flying about. Although most of it is about Kim Seojun, from the people's perspective, they will only see it as inadequate preparation on Hunter Mills' end. Since it's already come to this, why not turn their attention to something else entirely and give them a show to focus on instead? And in addition, when I beat Kim Seojun out there, all of Kim Seojun's previous achievements effectively become mine. Of course, Kim Seojun is still confirmed to win first in this mock exam. However, the people will know me as the cadet that cut down Kim Seojun. I think it's a great idea. It's a very good suggestion. I agree. Did they catch on to my intentions? Ha! That seems fun. Now, Kim Seojun. How about you? You'll also participate, right? 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 How will you get out in this situation? If you look at it that way, this is an extra test, so we should have additional prize money on the line. Transcension Academy, a surprise event match revealed. 15 participants registered. Each of the Hunter Academy hopefuls are participating. Wow! Hunter Mills, Jaein, and Ale are all participating. That's not all. Kim Seojun and Lee Minyeol, who wiped the top 3 academies, are also in it. Can't you see the hype on the internet going wild? This is crazy. I'm glad I came to watch in person. Ah. He's consumed by the flame magic. The winner is Lee Do-eun. It seems he's not a match. The winner is Kim Gang-chul. I will definitely be the one to defeat you. I'll show you that a mage is different in a real fight. I'll make you regret agreeing to participate. You're going down, Kim Seojun. To think they would give $1 million as the prize. I'm already guaranteed first for the mock exam, and if I manage to win this event match, I'll be sweeping up a combined $2 million. With $2 million, even if I take out the $500K I need for the free pass, I have $1.5 million left. Since the 2 classes Mentor recommended were $2 mil and $2.5 mil each, I might be able to register for the new classes quicker than I thought. Of course, this is assuming I win the event matches. Honestly, I'm not worried about the Kim Gang-chul, Jin Dongmin, and Lee Do-eun trio. You're going down, Kim Seojun. I don't think I'll lose against them. Ever. But just one person. Exactly one person doesn't seem to be an easy opponent. Ah, what just happened? Cadet Lee Minyeol. He tossed away his sword and took out a bow. Even if you say you can use it occasionally as a sidearm, common sense says you shouldn't use more than 3 different types of weapons. Usually, you just focus on one type of main weapon. It's busy enough training just one type. But from what I've seen just on his back, he has roughly over 8 different weapon types. Does that mean he can use all of them? What is this? At first, I thought this bastard's main weapon was a sword, but it was actually a bow. Do you think I'll just sit there and take it all? Ack. Lee Minyeol. The fighting itself is crude. But unlike Kim Gang-chul, Jin Dongmin, and Lee Do-eun, his fighting isn't restricted to one form, and he is free to change however he wishes. He's not competing. He's straight up just brawling. In other words, it's the style that originates from not receiving any formal hunter education. He's the same as me. No way. Is he a cadet of Transcension Academy, just like me? Of the innumerable dimensions that use our Transcension Academy, the dimension with the most number of our cadets has 4 of them. I can't assume that Earth is the one to have multiple cadets, but I can't rule it out either. In the end, there is still a possibility that Earth could have up to 4 of them. And truthfully, I do have a master, but he doesn't know I'm his disciple. If you think about it, if he learns by watching lectures, what he said makes sense. After all, the lecturers don't know which cadets are watching their lectures. The winner is Lee Minyeol. Hi. I won, of course. There is a higher probability that he isn't one. But there is a clear reason to at least suspect it. The next match is Do. Now. Everyone has waited a long time for this pairing. The moment you've been waiting for. The contestants for the next match. The talent that the apprentice to the magic saint acknowledged. The future of Korea's mages is bright because she exists. Ale Hunter Academy's Lee Do-eun. And the opponent she's facing. The cadet that made his appearance like a supernova. The first ever to earn a perfect 100 points on the Hunter Mills mock exam. The holder of a never before, never after record. This may happen only a single time in history. Dream Hunter Academy's Kim Seojun. Kim Seojun, holla at ya boy. Lee Do-eun is a genius. This isn't an exaggeration, and she has the talent to make even the word genius a bit lacking. She is easily one of the top 5 cadets at Ale Academy, one of the top 3 hunter academies. Ale Academy, she is a talent acknowledged by the magic scholar following the footsteps of the magic saint and genius mage, Young Jimin. In Lee Doan's life, the concept of impossible did not exist. I was only pushed down in the rankings because the Hunter Mills mock exam is disadvantageous to mages. If it were the Ale mock exam or the actual Pro Hunter exam, the results would be different. Was what she thought. Huh. Yo. What's up? This makes no sense. Nonsense. He cut apart magic. The fact that he negated the magic like that means one of two things. He either used overwhelming mana to suppress the laws that the mage implemented, or he used dispel to destroy the laws that mage implemented, which needs his complete understanding of said laws. But how is a person that isn't a mage supposed to completely understand the magical laws? And even if you were to understand them, dispel isn't something you can cast in a moment. I was wondering what would happen to magic, so I just tried swinging it. It really just split apart. Like I thought, there must be some special ability attached to the Lance of Longinus. I wonder what that ability is, exactly. Using the $1.5 million, do I need to purchase a spare weapon to start comparison testing? Damn it. Hit. I said, hit, damn it. I can't win. I can never win what did I just think to myself? MO. Monster, the winner is Dream Hunter Academy's Kim Seojun. The following is the contest between Lee Minyeol and Ji Dongmin. Breaking everyone's predictions, it's close quarters combat. It's an intense and close exchange of blows. He thinks that the situation is close. Is something wrong with his eyes? This situation itself means I'm completely in the lead. Cook dash. Peekaboo. The fuck? Something suddenly popped out of his sleeves. Hoo. Those are but petty tricks. Damn. I can't get a read on him. Huey, let's try this next. There's a limit to how variable your fighting style should be. If this continues, I'll be dragged into his pace. The winner is Lee Minyeol. This is cheating. Why is he allowed to compete in this manner? I can't accept this. This match is invalid. Well, I guess you could say that it's a form of tactics, but it really isn't pretty to look at. What do you mean? This is supposed to be a real fight. Whoever wins, wins. Still, it seems a bit. Well, from Ji Dongmin's perspective, he must be fuming. Honestly, I can see why he feels like this is cheap. Let go. This match is invalid. If that punk wasn't using cheap tricks all the time, I would. Nope, you would still lose, even then. Even if Lee Minyeol didn't swap weapons between every clash, his victory would not have changed. Well, fuck. I think I get why the Order of Truth went so far. The Order of Truth wasn't watching only Kim Seojun. It was both Kim Seojun and Lee Minyeol. They were keeping an eye on both of them. Mr. Kim Gangchul does not have to do anything. You only have to watch what sort of actions Kim Seojun takes. I really didn't need to do anything. The Order of Truth's ultimate goal in this mock exam was to have Kim Seojun and Lee Min-yeol fight each other. Even if I didn't step up, the event matches would have been proposed and set up. Is it that maybe Lee Min-yeol is a person linked with the Order of Truth? Yeah, that makes more sense. No matter how talented you are, you can't crush the top 3 Academy's cadets when you're self-taught. He's got the power and force of steel. He will protect the pride of Hunter Mills. Hunter Mills Kim Gangchul. Or they asked me to just watch. And his opponent. The main character of an overwhelming sweep. He will brush aside anything in his path. From the beginning, they were planning on using me as a foil. Dream Hunter Academy's Kim Seojun. I have no plans on letting things go your way. That weapon. It doesn't even have the power of Aura Spear imbued in it, but it can very easily stop my Aura Sword. No, it wasn't that it simply blocked my Aura Sword. Rather, it completely ignored my Aura Sword, as if its power couldn't be felt at all. Even at first glance, that weapon seems abnormal. It's most likely that the mock exam results were because of that weapon. If I just be careful about that weapon, there is no way that his skills can match up to mine at all. I will win this. Ah. Kim Gangchul is continuously striking to prevent his opponent from making a move. To be able to attack so quickly, despite wielding the relatively heavier broadsword. What monstrous strength. As expected of contestant Kim Gangchul, this is such incredible skill. Compared to all of the other cadets I've faced so far, he is clearly better. I see. It seems that him being in the top 3 of Hunter Mills was not a bluff. In that case, I'll actually try. What's this? Arg. Suddenly, his aura changed. His previous aura was like calm waves. But the aura I feel now is like the fiery eruption of a volcano. Ah! What is this? Kim Gangchul, who had been pressing his attacks, is now being pushed back. Participant Kim Seojun is now pushing forwards against the retreating Kim Gangchul. It's rough. It's rigid but forceful. In other words, it's too simple. Compared to the sophisticated swordplay and mana cultivation techniques, it's basically just simple swings of his spear. However, why are these simple swings so burdensome? This is not a simple issue of how heavy the swings are. Since Kim Seojun hasn't been using his aura spear from the very beginning. If that guy is actually able to use aura spear. This doesn't make sense. This is just like. That's it. That time. These paltry skills put you in the top 3 of our academy. How do I forget about that? Well. It's not like I expected anything. The overwhelming hopelessness. There is no way that's true. How could something as lowly as you? This bitch. That bitch. They dare look down on me. Me. Kim Gangchul. The winner is Kim Seojun. Phew. Contestant Kim Seojun moves on to the finals. Hey, did you see? Yeah. I'm so glad I came here in person. Is this for real? Honestly, I thought that Kim Seojun was overgeared and had no skill, but wow, he was as crazy as his gear. Who do you think Kim Seojun will face in the finals? Have you been sleeping the entire time? Of course it'll be Lee Minhyul. With Kim Gangchul, Lee Doan, and Jin Dongmin having already been eliminated, who at this point can stop Lee Minhyul from reaching the finals? Now. The moment you've all been waiting for. It's finally the finals, which everyone has been excited about. Could anyone have anticipated this? Having surpassed Hunter Mills, Jaein, and Ale, the two supernovas that appeared like shooting stars will soon begin their match. I wanted to try fighting you once. I guess we were able to match up in the finals. Why does it seem like you have a lot of questions for me? You said that you didn't really learn from anyone specific, right? Right. But you still said you had a master. That's also right. It's just that my master doesn't know I'm his disciple. Then could you tell me who that master is? Why? Are you curious about that? It might be that your master is someone I know. What? You know my master. Liar. Should I just directly mention the Transcension Academy? No, that's definitely not it. If Lee Minhyul is not a cadet of the Transcension Academy, I can just play it off as a misunderstanding between us. But the story truly changes if he is a cadet of the Transcension Academy like me. It would actually be better to see us as competitors instead. At this point, when I don't know how Lee Minhyul will react, it would be foolish to show my hand first. Should I try giving a hint? There is no need for introductions at this point. It's a name that has been firmly engraved through the mock exam and the event matches. If your master really is the person I'm thinking of, he should have power that transcends our imaginations. Isn't that right? How did you know that? Kim Seojun vs. Lee Minhyul. Lee Minhyul vs. Kim Seojun. It was a matchup anyone could have predicted. But now the results of the match are unpredictable. You, what the heck are you? That's the same exact thing I want to ask you. But from what I've seen, I don't think we will simply tell each other what we want to know. So there is one more thing I want to wager. And so, the final match. The person that loses must answer the questions of the winner. What do you think? With everyone's applause. And where is the guarantee that the answers we give are the truth? Well, you'll have to decide for yourself. What is this? Why are they both just standing there? They're both just glaring at each other. From the outside this may look very awkward. But now that I'm trying to look for a way in, there are no openings. Like I thought, you're tough. Right now, Lee Minhyul has a sword in his hands. But considering Lee Minhyul's battle tactics so far, I can't think of it as a simple sword. I'll go full power from the start. Pierce. Ack. Tsk. He abandoned his weapon and backed off. If his decision-making was just a bit slower, the match would have ended here. Humph. Wow. That's crazy. That weapon that you're using, I'm also very curious about it. If I win, are you also going to answer my questions about your weapon? Of course. Obviously, that hinges on you winning. Ha. Then I should work harder to win. You really are incredible. What is this sense of incongruity? Despite the way he uses methods that border on cheating without blinking an eye. I don't see his desperation to win. So close whether it's the occasional booing heard from the crowds. Fight properly, Lee Minyo, you're cheap. LOL. Or when his targeted attacks are easily blocked, it feels like he doesn't even care. This is as if. Don't you want to win? What are you suddenly saying? Of course, I want to win. I have a lot of things I want to ask you. Then why don't I feel the desperation to win in you? I have no idea what you're talking about, but I want to beat you the most. It's just that it's alright if I lose. What? It's alright for you to lose. Then why are you using all of the cheap tricks in your books to try and win? That's just me trying my best to beat you. Is trying my best something bad? I don't know if you think that's trying your best to you, but in other people's eyes. Doesn't matter. I hope you don't take my actions just now as me looking down on you. What kind of world is the one you currently see? Actually, our world is not as wonderful as it seems. The strong prey on the weak. Survival of the fittest. The laws of nature itself emphasize that those that are not strong will be eliminated. So that we are not weeded out. So that we do not fall behind others. Today, we need to improve from yesterday, and tomorrow, we need to improve from today. Listening to Lee Minyo's words, I suddenly remembered some of Siddhartha Gautama's lecture from a while back. This Tathagata wishes to ask. Have you ever once escaped from your own thinking? Just one time, have you ever transcended your own thoughts and looked at the world from even a slightly different perspective? This is an anecdote from when I, Tathagata, was training in a realm called Earth. The following anecdote is when the Shakyamuni had the name of Siddhartha Gautama as a human on Earth. It was a story from before being enlightened as the Buddha and was training. Waha.